Hey there guys, it's Robin here from Red Steel Live and you are watching a new series starting in Satisfactory. What we're going to be doing is using a single resource of each type as a challenge to see how small and how efficiently we can build. I will be skipping through some stuff that are just repetitive, like running towards the area that we're going to be building in. Where are we? Ah yes, just in the starting location. Let's spot a berry here. And
This
obviously
is one of multiple edibles
all of
we
the
have detected in your vicinity.
collecting of biomass, I shall skip as much as that as possible. So guys,
and turned into dye.
I'll see you
A
at the
new
starting
research
location.
tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
Alright guys, here we are at the new starting location in the northern forest of the map. So we came from the east side over there where we start between. One is surrounded by forest and a little bit of hills and makes it very small, though it does have tons and tons of resources. But we went west along the road and end up here. And this area is very good for if you're not doing a challenge as well. As you can see just over there we have an iron node. Up there, I should probably zoom in a little bit. There we have ourselves limestone. And just on the left there we have 3 more iron nodes. And I shall go over and show a bit more. This area is not without its dangers. If you're just starting out, those little bees are reasonably annoying. And you come across a couple of those fluffy tailed pigs along the way here as well. Just keep running, then you should be fine. There's a copper node just over there. There's another copper node over there. And just on the left side, behind this hill, is another limestone node. Just on that side of the hill, heading down towards the water, which I'll show in a second. There is another coal node. All of the nodes so far are pure nodes. Those 2 over there are quartz nodes, also pure. And just going over to this side. It's just down there at the back of that. Make sure that we don't trigger that. Just over there behind that tree there's 3 oil nodes, 2 impure ones and 1 normal one. So this area is rich to start off with. And behind the hill that we were standing on, that one, there's another valley, and just on the left side there's 2 caterium nodes. I think both are normal. I actually can't recall off the top of my head. And if you follow the little river down into the valley, you'll find yourself at another 2 sulfur nodes, 1 normal and 1 impure. So you pretty much have everything you need to start off with, just within concrete's reach, so to speak. So let's get ourselves situated. I think we're not going to be using the power, so if we have this stick out a little bit, there, we should be golden. There it is. So we need to get started, right? We need some of everything. We have copper there, iron just in abundance here, and limestone up there. We've got ourselves a couple of starting resources as well. Ignore the biomass things, there's this entire row right now. That's everything I collected on the way here. Oh, hello there. So we've got ourselves a bit of wire, a bit of cable, a bunch of miners, really, what are they called? Portable miners. A bit of concrete, some health items that I picked up along the way, iron plates, rods, and reinforced iron plates. And let's see though, the first thing we want to do, what do we want to unlock first? Definitely splitters, yeah. So everything, all the nodes that we have here are pure nodes. They are all going to be producing 120 items per minute, though the Mark 1 belt can only carry 60, so we're going to need, and the smelters even take 30. So to make use of the 60 we're going to need splitters just as soon as possible to make sure that we can use 60 items per minute instead of 30. And The next things we'll probably need are things like the MAM, so we can start unlocking things using Caterium, sulfur, anything we find, like berries and nuts and whatnot. And then we need to unlock tier 2 belts. These. But to use that we need reinforced iron plates. So probably best to start off with part assembly, and then we can also start working on smart plating for the project assembly. As you can see, just down in the description, needed for project assembly, and I think it's, if I recall correctly, that's the only item needed for the first unlock of tiers 3 and 4. So yeah, it's going to be trying to start to do all of that in this episode, in this new challenge. So first up, logistics, get splitters, and yeah, let's see, what's the slowest item? I'm thinking rods, and where would we like our iron? I think this area would be iron, that would be great, and we'll build it from there over to this way so we can have the concrete going out into space. Get the copper over there, maybe just along here for now until we get enough concrete to build that a little bit into space. And eventually we'll move our entire operation down there because we have pure copper and pure iron there. We'll import pure limestone. And there's water down there, which is very useful. So first things first. Let's get the first bit going. Let's get rid of this. It's in the way. Let's get the first production going. Let's see, let's actually line these up. Let's get that on like 7, 8, 9, 7. Let's see what would be smart. If I do this one sideways, like so, and we build out like here and then out left, then we can have this area be power. Yes. Actually thinking that would be a good idea. Get the smelter. Give it a bit of space. So let's go about here, I think. Taking all of this extra space for the sake of being able to split things up. Use splitters and everything in between. Oh yes, might want to drop that down. 0 for storage. Alright, there we go. That's our first setup. Now we need a bit of burning of things. Let's start off about here. Oh, we're out of wire already. Let's get like a main set going, I think. Like here. Let's get that going there. MK1 power pole is just very inefficient, so pretty much every single item is going to get its own power pole, so you can continue the wires on through other things and past other things. Now that is going to require a bit of biomass. We could dump in, of course, anything of this. However, if we convert it into just biomass instead of leaves or wood, it is way more efficient, as the description will also say, I think. Maybe not. Alright, so we're gonna dump that in. That will get started on the plates, which are generally very slow items to produce. So there we go. Set this one to iron ingots. Set this one to plates. And that will get going. Next thing we need is copper to start up. So let's get rid of this, because we're going to be walking past this a lot. Alright, might as well grab that. Now after clearing out this rock, that one. I will also manually smelt these first few. Is that uranium? Iron ore. Wow, that looks trippy. It's not pink brownish. Sneaking in there. Not enough space to pick up. Let's get rid of that. I think we won't be able to build ourselves. Oh, we can. Then we won't be able to build this, right? Nope. Build this. Yes. I don't know, probably want to do a smelter right here. Which is also going to require wire. Alright, I'll just quickly smelt all of this. And yeah, I'll skip most of doing this as well. That's just slow to watch, I think. Actually, I'll convert all of that to biomass as well and do the iron as well. Yep. Alright, so now we have all of this available. We have a fair amount of biomass to start off with, so that's good. We can dump in all of the other biomass. The health items, we don't need them right now. Yeah, so we have just this available, which is not a lot. But it will get us going. That should, yeah, that's still going, so that's very good. And we can now do a little bit of smelting just up here. So that going there. Power line going, get that power line going. Those hooked up together. And yeah, this is a bit of a dip. So we'll do constructor all the way over here for that to feed into. Forgot to set that to copper ingots. This one's gonna be producing wire just to start off with. And we're just gonna dump that into there. And of course we need the power. Sure that we have a bit of space, so we'll do the power around like so, and then we can also go out that way once we go for the deuterium and the sulfur I mentioned. And we have this space for power, so for additional burners. Not a bad start. Now the one thing that is a bit of a pain is that because of the very much initial drag on that, it's taking only 30 per smelter and we don't have splitters. I'm gonna be manually smelting a whole bunch of iron, maybe copper as well. Did I forget? I did. So yeah. Let's smelt more iron. Alrighty, so I've done a whole lot of manual smelting, as you can see. We now have a few hundred rods. I've also created more cable and wire. And yeah, let's see how the actual constructors have done in the meantime. I hope there's enough to get logistics unlocked. Because manual smelting, man, it takes so incredibly long. Let's say, actually producing, yeah. Very good. Actually, I'll take all of that. Alright, so that's going to be our first milestone unlocked, which is very good. So we can up the production a lot with just this. And let's say we need to be here. That. And there we go.
Miles.
And then we're going on to the next one, which is the art assembly. So we can start up copper sheets, we can start up rotors, we can start up modular frames and smart plating using the assembler. Most importantly, we can start on the reinforced iron plates automated production once we have that, which we need for the MK2 conveyor belt, which is unlocked using the basic parts. But you know, now that we have splitters, we can very much so increase that efficiency. Can we actually do oh yes, should bind these. Can't actually do foundations yet. So let's see. This one we can now split and tight fit, but it'll work. Merge it on this side. Oh, hang on, that's a misclick. There we go. And get another pole in here to connect that up. This one is also going to create wire. Hang on. Wire, yes. And we can now also do, we can't exactly get that past there, but I do want the result to be there, so we'll go out this way a little bit. Hang on, they do take 15, right? Otherwise, might need to do a bit of additional load balancing. Yes, 15 per minute. Nice. Bit of quartz. So we'll get another smelter over here. Bit of a weird setup, to be fair, but it'll be fine. This one is going to create that. Oh yes. Should have done power first. This is going to create wire as well, but then it's going to create. Well, it's going to be two creating wire, but they're going into a third constructor to create cable, and the cable will bring all the way over here. Hang on. We're going to be creating another biomass burner. Let's make it 2. Let's bring enough for 3. Oh, hang on, that's a bit much. We're out of wire. There we go. Yeah, we'll just increase the power from 30 megawatts to 90 doing this. 1, 2. Power poles for each. There we go. You guys going. Fill this one. There we go. And we'll finish up the copper first.
Milestone exchange concluded. Fix-it freighter re-entry complete.
So a little bit more of... Oh boy. Oh, and that's 12. Ooh. We're not making rods yet, are we? No. Alright, one last run of manual rod creation. Alright, so done some smelting manually, and we now have 15 reinforced iron plates. Do have a few more rods than we had, but we have used up a lot of our plates. And we do now have not enough plates to actually build all of the beltwork, so quickly grab a couple more. It's actually being produced quite fast, that's nice. this going here as well. Alright, so we need another one of these. They are going to be merging into one. That's a bit close. There we go. That's going to be that, that is going to be that, and this is going to be this, and we'll have this go around, and up, and over, yeah, and we'll need a splitter over there, that goes there. Alright, well, it's definitely not very pretty. But it'll get the job done. We will have ourselves enough wire to last a lifetime. Eventually, you know, this will fill up with wire. No, sorry, cable. And at that point, we should be able to use more constructors just focused on wire. So next up, let's get this sorted out so that we have more production here. So first up, let's make sure that we account for that one. Then also put one there. Get another smelter in this side. This one's just in there for once we have the MK2 belts, so that we can just upgrade that to MK2 just a little bit. Then we split off 60 this way, and then we have 60 going out over that way. This is going to host ours. Ooh, no. Cable. Is it already here? I hope so. Not yet. Now we're doing wire. Pretty good. Quickly make a few to help that out so we can move on, and while we wait for the wire, no, sorry, the cable to fill up in the bin. And that should see us through for the immediate future. So we're going to be producing rods, so that is going to require 2 constructors. We'll need to sort of nicely possible split this, maybe do this, valid shape. Alright, too much hassle. Let's grab that, and we'll just move it forward a bit. That should work. That goes there. That goes there. This is going to be that. There we go. And this is going to be rods. And then one of these. We'll make it this one, so we can sort of put this on a 90-degree angle, like so. We'll go in there. The other one will go here. Yeah, that was a bit close. This one will make us screws. 10 a minute. Isn't that like a one-on-one? 15 a minute. In that case, let's do that. Let's get ourselves a splitter just in front of here. And a merger in here. And a merger over here. Can we do that? No, if you use control on that, then it doesn't actually line up. Alright. This should fit, right? Yeah. Get that one back in there. And then we need a constructor. Then we need a container, for which we now no longer have plates. There we go. There we go. Now we're producing all of the basics. The reason we're doing this little setup here, by the way, is we have 15 coming out. So if we split that using a splitter, and we do a 3-way split, each belt will get 5. Then we just merge the 2 5s on that side that we need for the screws, and voila, that one runs at 100%. And that 5 will be joining that 15, so we'll be getting 20 a minute created that we can use for anything else, like the milestone of part assembly. And let's see, what shall we do next? Because this is running at 100% belt capacity. That is running at 100% belt capacity. Can we actually unlock maybe concrete? Base building. Do we already have concrete in here? We do. Aha. So we can actually start making that as well. Yes, don't fall off of here. If you are deciding to build here, it's very deep. Falling down there is death guaranteed. Hi there. Yes. Oh, we need concrete for these. No. Actually, can we do that? Because we just mined a little bit of limestone. There we go. That worked out. And yeah, so the limestone. Could produce it right up here. And then just have the result come down. That's probably not even a bad idea. Apart from the fact we don't have cable. In which case I can't bother coming back up here for a while. So we'll bring it on down. Yep, so that's all that. As you might have noticed, there's another crash site just down here, down the cliff. There's a big spit boy down there. One of those triangle heads. I think it's a red one. It's not that accurate as the green ones, but you know, just as deadly. Alright, so, oh look at that. Plenty of that. Let's grab us a little bit of that. Not having to worry about these things is just great. A few rods, yes, lovely. Bit of this, also lovely. How much have we got now? Yeah, we're starting to get places. Alright, so for concrete, we're going to end up doing it just along here. And we're going to need 2. Why? Well, we're bringing down 60, and making concrete takes 45. So 45 per minute. So we're going to be running 2 at 2/3 efficiency. And that is going to give us our first little bits of automated concrete. Excellent. Cables come down. Where should we line this up? Can we just go over top of this? We can. Great. Let's get that there. Alright. Another power pole here. Where are these 2? That one's green, it's mining. These are yellow because they know what to do. And we'll just get ourselves... And that way is a bit annoying, I think, so we'll go this way. Close enough. Get that in there. That in there. That over there. We can extend it later with more constructors to create more concrete, but you know that requires the MK2 reinforced iron plate production first. But at least this way we have that going. So now we should also have ourselves a bunch of screws. We do. Because I noticed we were running out of plates. Reinforced iron ones. I think we have 1. Yep. And I think the main thing next to do would be to wait for this to be produced, all of this. So what I'm thinking that I can do instead is go on a little biomass run and also collect some of the deuterium and sulfur from the nodes over there, so we have that once we have the MAM unlocked. So for that we're going to need, and I'll bring the power over as well, would save in the future. We'll bring over a bunch of this and a bunch of this. And how we're doing on cable, 177, and that should be fine. How much does this cost? Make sure we bring some concrete. Will that do? 21, 22. That'll do. I think there's 22 poles, I think. Wasn't it? Yeah, they take 1 concrete. So yeah, I'll do a bit of this, and I'll update you at the nodes themselves so you can see where they are. So here we have the first deuterium node, and as you can see it's a normal one. Just over there is our base, just through there. And just up here, there's that one, which you have to explode off. And let's check though. I think it was a normal node, but yes. There's 2 normal nodes of deuterium, one that you have to free up before you can use it. Alright, and these are just the sulfur nodes that I mentioned earlier. They are visible from all the way up there. This is a normal node. This is an impure node. They are visible from just over there someplace. So just walking up and following the river, you'll come across these. Alright, so back here, I've transformed all of the biomass already into, all of the leaves and the wood into biomass. While we were out, I also grabbed 100 of that deuterium that I showed you where it's located, and the sulfur. I'm not quite sure how much we need of that for the MAM. For the first few things like, oh yeah, now this is indeed sulfur, and this is indeed deuterium, and this is how you make ingots. But, you know, I thought grab 100, should be safe. on either side. The power just went out, so good thing is we now have more. So I'll create 2 more biomass burners and fill up everything to max. And the good thing also is that we've been away for, actually I don't know, nearing on 10 minutes I think from the base. And oh, that was 500, wasn't it? Yes, lovely. I'll grab a bit more. So we should be able to unlock parts assembly now as well. Actually, I'll just grab, oh, can't grab all. I'll create the things first. Can I grab that? No. Shame. Create one on this side? No. Oh, let's create one here then. That one can also do that. This one can do that one. Yep. Continuously upping the power supply. Everything's out. Alright, everything now is 200, so now we should have 150 capacity. Yep, we do. That's lovely. And that also cleared up some space in our inventory. So we'll grab all of that, we'll grab all of that. Look at all of those resources. That is great. Alright, we're gonna unlock parts assembly. And we're good to go for... what's it called again? Reinforced iron plates.
Milestone reached. More complex assembly of parts can now be automated. Project assembly parts can now be constructed and sent up via the space elevator. Note: project parts are too complex to produce by hand.
Right, so now we have that available to us. So let's have a quick look, right? It's interesting to see. So in the first hour we've been playing, we've now got solid copper production over there, creating us wire using 2 constructors and cable using 3 constructors, 2 for wire, 1 for cable. So that's created at 100% efficiency, all of that, apart from, you know, the miner, but we don't have MK2 belts just yet. We have concrete production going as fast as it can, and we have our iron production going as fast as it can as well. We've also explored a little bit. We've, you know, set up all of this, which, you know, was a fair amount of work. We've collected a heck of a lot of biomass, as you might have noticed earlier. And yeah, we're ready with a bit of space for more expansion. So this is going to be the first episode, guys. If you like what you've seen so far, let me know in the comments, please. I do really appreciate it. I read everything. And it lets me know whether or not to continue with this challenge series. We're using only 1 resource of each type. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that pans out. There's so many resources just around here, and we're just simply not using it. And it's weird. And I do kind of like the challenge of this. So yeah, I'm going to continue with this at least for a few episodes, just to see for myself as well how this pans out. I'm interested to see what I can make of this myself, and I wonder what you guys think. Is this interesting or no? Let me know. Thank you for watching. Hope that you guys have yourselves an epic rest of your day, and I hope to have you watching the next episode as well. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.